Hello guys, so today this tutorial is going to be about solving labor planning problems using Solver in Excel, and one of the ways you would do that is by creating a decision model, which I have already created, and I'm going to explain a few things to you guys. So first thing I like to do is show you how to install Solver, because you have Solver in Excel but it's not automatically installed. You see this thing right here? This is Solver, and the way you would install it, you go to File, click File, Options, go to Add-ins, click Solver Add-in, click Go, then you check the box and click OK, and you will see Solver pop up here under the Data tab. So right now this company, ABC Corporation, has an issue where it wants to minimize its cost for the labor it needs to employ, meaning its employees. How many employees does it really need to employ, right? To be efficient, right? And of course you want to keep that down to the minimum so that you can save some money. So this table here shows you their requirements, right? At different times of the day, business gets busier. Other times of the day, business gets slower. So you can see here, this table shows the employee requirements. So it shows here that from between 9 and 10 a.m. they need at least 10 employees. Between 10 and 11 they need at least 12 employees. Between 11 and 12 p.m. they need at least 14 employees, etc., etc., right? Now they can have, at the moment right now they have 12 full-time employees, and that's the maximum full-time employees that they can have, right? 12. So now as you see this table, let's scroll down so you can see the entire decision model, right? So you can see here we have the same thing at the table. 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. needs, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. needs, 11 a.m. to 12 a.m. needs. Right here you have full-time tellers, and the part-time tellers, of course, they only work 4 hours per day, which means that they can start at 9 a.m., they can start at 10 a.m., they can start at 11 a.m., 12 p.m., and 1 p.m. 1 p.m. is the latest they can start because the business closes at 5, right? They need to work at least 4 hours. And the way the decision model is set up is you can see the full-time employees, there's a 1 because these full-time employees will be working full-time, right? Full-time. I mean, all full-time employees will be working at this point, however, whatever number it is, right? But at this point here, 11 a.m., half of them will go to lunch, and the other half will go to lunch at 12. That's how you see 0.5 here, which is a fraction. And being that the part-time employees can start at 10 a.m., see, this set of part-time employees will start at 9 a.m. and work to 12. That's why there's a 1 in each. These will start at 10 a.m., work to 1, etc., etc. And that's how the model is set up. One full-time employee's cost will be $90 for the day for the 8 hours, and one part-time employee would be $28 per day, which is $7 an hour for 4 hours. Of course, the minimum wage has gone up, but this is just an example, so you will switch the figures later on. And the way we will set up this model is you have to set up the constraints according to the table, right? They need at least 10 employees at 9 a.m. So you see 10, 12, these are the same numbers on the table. Then this side is going to be calculated by Solver, right? The number of employees that Solver recommends you have at 9 a.m., 10 a.m. So that, and of course, like I said, it has to be greater than, this is which is the sign here, greater than or equal to 10. At 10 a.m. it has to be greater than or equal to 12. 11 a.m. greater than or equal to 14, etc., etc. And like I said, the maximum full-time employee that they can have is 12. So on this side is going to be less than or equal to 12. And the part-time employees will be 56, half of this total here, 112. So this one over here will have to be less than or equal to 12, right? Now right here, there are some formulas here. So you will have to enter these formulas here, which is sum product. I'm going to show you the formulas, right? So you can see this one here, it says C18, sum product. You got to use the sum product function. C18 to H18, which is this line here, comma, which means multiply by C15 to H15. So what this is going to do is multiply C18 by C15, D18 by D15, E18 by E15, etc., etc., and then add it up, right? So the addition of all those multiplied together will be entered here, right? And then you just copy the formula down. You can see it's C19, C20, etc., etc. Use sum product up here also to get the total cost, and it will be C16, which is the cost, right, to H18, to H16, which is the cost all the way down to here, all the part-time and full-time employees, multiplied by the number of tellers or number of employees, right? So it'll be 90 multiply, or C16 multiplied by multiplied by C15, so C15 multiplied by C15, D18 multiplied by D15, etc., etc., right? Now let's take the formulas out. Oh, the formulas are still there. So this is where what you want Solver to do is tell you how many full-time and part-time employees you will need in order to, right, which will be these cells here, in order to minimize the cost, which is this cell here. And of course this will be the breakdown of the time when you need the employees, which will be the same numbers over here, right? So let's go to Solver in order to solve this problem. Click on Solver. Let me delete this because I had already entered the information, right? So what you want to do, you start with set objective, right? And the objective is the cost. So you will click this cell here, and it will enter the $ in front of the number for you. So you want the cell where you want the objective to be set. So the objective is to minimize the cost, right? So that's I16, you see the cell here, I16. You click on min, which stands for minimize. To minimize cell I16 by changing variable cells, right? And these are going to be the variable cells here, C15 to H15, which are the number of employees, right? By changing variable cells, these cells here. So you just click and highlight, or you can type it in. You see it says C15 colon, which means 2, H15. These numbers here, the number of employees or tellers you will have in this case. Then the constraints, you will enter them in bulk, right? So as you can see here, the first constraint here, you will click add. Once you click add, then you can highlight the cell that you want to add as the constraint. So you can see the constraints here, less than or equal to, less than or equal to. So these cells here, you will highlight these cells and it will enter the cell numbers for you, which is I18 to I25 I18 to I25. So right here, they all have the same sign, so you can enter all these at once, right? That's why it says I18 to I25. Then you enter the sign greater than or equal to. Right, let me do it for you. Change the sign. Enter the other side. Click OK. I'm not going to click OK now because I had already entered it. Boom, and this is what you will see. Then these have the opposite sign, so you have to enter these separately. Click Add. Highlight. See, you have the same sign here, less than or equal to, constraint. Boom. And click OK. I'm not going to click OK now because I had already done it. You see there. Then you click this drop down box. It's going to be on GRG Linear, but this is a simplex linear programming model. So you click simplex. Make sure you check this box and click solve. And Solver will give you the answer. See, it says all constraints ultimately conditions are satisfied. Solver found a solution. All constraints and automaticity conditions are satisfied. Click OK. Boom. And there you go. The total cost for the employees will be $1,292, and Solver tells you that you only need 10 full-time employees. Part-time employees, you need 7 to start at 10 a.m., 2 to start at 11 a.m., and 5 to start at 5 p.m., which means you can lay off 2 full-time employees and employ a total of 14 part-time employees. And then this is the breakdown here of all the employees you're going to have working at each time. 10 at 10 a.m. between 9 and 10 a.m. will start, and then the ones that start at 7 p.m. that's why 7 a.m. another 7 will start, and that's why you would have 17 at 10 a.m. etc. 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 And ladies and gentlemen, that's how you use Solver. If you have any questions or comments, please comment below. Ask your question and I will create a tutorial answering your questions. Thank you.